Hey, Hare Krishna. Oh, yeah. Anybody wants to come on, here's the link. I'm on the computer now. I don't know how long I'll be on because I need to get out and get some exercise, I think, pretty soon. But let's see. Hare Krishna there. Hey, Shama Sundari, welcome. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we do here. Yeah, just read something here. Let's read some. Let me try and find something here. Let's see. Well, I'll try. I'm going to continue with Srimad Bhagavatam, see how that goes. Questions with the sages. So, text number 3. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. Let me know how the sound is, if the sound is okay. I know it's noisy in here, but... therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all. Okay, great. Once in a holy place in the forest of Naimisharanya, great sages headed by the sage Sanaka assembled to perform a great 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. Let's look at the purport of that. So I'll read the verse again. Once in a holy place in the forest of Naimisharanya, great sages headed by Sanaka assembled to perform a great 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. I like that. Satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. A great thousand. Can you imagine spending 1,000 years doing something? Yeah. These sages, see, sages, they know where it's at, man. If you're a great sage, you got to know something, man. You got to have some good information and insight into the world and what life is really about. You know, so they're going to spend 1,000 years of their time because I guess back then. Okay, all right, let's try something different here. Okay, is the sound back? Let me know if the sound is back. Okay, yeah. Anyway, Charles Schwab said, we want to reduce the population down to 1 billion people and get rid of all these useless eaters. You know, and people might think this is that is a horrible thing. Get rid of useless, considering us useless eaters. It got me thinking about stuff, you know. And one of the things thinking about is like why the Lord, at a certain point, winds up this creation back into Himself. See, the Vedic literatures tell us these truths. That at a certain point, all of the universe goes back and He just destroys everything. See, there's Brahma, Shiva, and Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. Vishnu maintains the creation. Well, first Brahma creates the creation. Vishnu maintains it, so it goes on. These cycles, and then Shiva destroys it. Why, why would the Lord want to do something like that? Back for more. All right. Yeah. So why would the Lord want to do something like this? You know, it's like, spend the time to create something, maintain it for billions of years or however long it is, and then destroy the whole thing. It goes back into Himself, and at a certain point, again. Because it's kind of like Carl Schwab says, you know, but not in the way he understands or thinks. Useless eaters. Actually, we're all useless eaters in the grand scheme of things. Okay, we're all more or less useless eaters, including Carl Schwab or Klaus Schwab. Useless eaters. What are we doing? We eat, sleep, mate, and defend. See, if we have the Vedic literatures, we begin to understand more of that. What we're doing. We're just useless eaters. Yeah, we eat, sleep, mate, and defend, and then with technology, we can do that a little bit better. We control and conquer others. We manipulate. Yeah, we live our lives to make money, make children. So if you look in the grand scheme of things, like, is that what life is really about? Well, people think. Even Klaus Schwab thinks, oh yeah, of course.
Develop intellectually, philosophically about, speculate about life and what it's about, even though we don't know what it's about. It's not really clear. None of the philosophers really knew what it was about. But you know who did know what life is really about? These great sages. They weren't useless eaters. They knew what life is about. They knew it's about a sacrifice to please the Lord and His devotees. That's it, man. That's what life is about, to do a sacrifice that pleases two people or two types of persons. The Supreme Lord, that one God, the one Supreme God, and those people in the background there. You see them with the smiles on their faces? Those people, those kinds, those types. The Andromedas. I'm only doing this to make Andromeda happy, and River happy, and Christina happy. Because you're devotees. We're performing this 80-year sacrifice, because we probably can't live much more than that. Maybe, who knows? The sacrifice to the end of our days, because we know what the great sages know. This, to please them, is what gives us a deathless state. Oh, by the way, we're immortal, we're liberated souls, because we know the secret of life. We're not useless eaters. Hey, Klaus Schwab, you should come and take a few lessons over here. This is sustainability. You heard about sustainability? Well, this is sustain. You want to do something you can sustain forever? That's what we're doing. Ananta Seish, up there in spirit world, he is performing this zillion-year sacrifice, never stops, glorifying the Supreme Personality of God. Doing a sacrifice to please Him. You can feel it in your heart when you're doing that. You guys know what I'm talking about because you're devotees. Doing this 1,000-year sacrifice. So we're doing our 80-year sacrifice to the end of our days. To please two types of people. The Supreme Lord who's in the hearts of everybody. Even Klaus Schwab, the one that the demigods hate. And those guys, those little demons, they hate the demigods, right? They don't know about, it's all about living eternal. They think they know, like these guys, these elites, they want to live forever, right? They want to put their consciousness, upload it up into one of these dolls, these walking androids. You don't have to do it like, you can do it the right way. Come the appropriate way. Come the way of the sages. Do this 1,000-year sacrifice, man, or 80-year sacrifice, and become a devotee. Because we all are. You're a devotee of darkness. They're just devotee. You can be a devotee of darkness. You can be a devotee of light, and they're both in darkness. Can you imagine that? We're preaching a message that is to the darkness, which is the world considers light and dark. It's still darkness. To devotees, those who know the deeper confidential truths. It's darkness, man. There's a light beyond the light. That's what they call the spiritual nature, pure goodness. See, Bhagavad Gita teaches there's goodness, passion, and ignorance. These are the modes of nature that motivate the world to turn. As the world churns or turns, it's the modes of nature giving them empowerment to move in this world. Inspiration, or lack of it. See, so there's a light beyond all light. So they call that not just goodness, which is considered light in this world, but pure goodness. See? It begins at the Brahman level. So we got all this knowledge. We got all this wonderful knowledge. I want to do a little test here. Oops, what happened? I lost it. So, okay, so think of that. Okay, I want to do a little test here. All right. Can you hear me there, River? Can you hear me? Say something. You can. Okay. Now you say something too. I want to see if I can hear you. Oh yeah. Let me. Wait, I might have to do something. Yeah. Just a second. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. So say something, River. Okay. I think you're still muted. Say something. I think you're muted. Okay. There it is. Okay. Say something now. Say something. Oh, no wonder. I got to put you up here. Sorry about that. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Is that okay?
Yeah. So can you hear me okay still?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Okay, good. I can hear you too now with this microphone. Yeah.
I'll mute my mic.
Okay. All right. Isn't it? I just love that statement. You know, this 1,000-year sacrifice. This. See, Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of how to live life in a way that is maximalist. You maximize your potential in this world. So the way to maximize your potential is to know who you are, what you are, why you're here, what life is really about, universally for everybody. All the way from the demons to the demigods, from Carl Schwab and to Trumps and everything. Nobody knows. It's a great secret. I think this is just fantastic. That's why Prabhupada was so emphatic about writing his books. He knew this would change the world. It's unfortunate that it turned back down into religion, but that's why we're here. We're here to try to continue the real legacy, the real work. I mean, they're also doing what they can do, but we got to get beyond religion. That's the bottom line. Vaishnavism is stuck in religion. You're stuck. It's like like a golfer in a sand pit. You can't get out. So anyway, the Bhagavatam. All I know is what the Bhagavatam says. I'm like a parrot. I look at the Bhagavatam and it speaks to me. Why? Because this book is God. Hear that, Karuna? This book is God. Mr. Bellringer. Wouldn't you like to have a book that speaks to you? I mean, people know what I'm talking about because there are books. A lot of people say that. Even if you read a mundane book, if you're attentive, it gives you some feedback. Like, yeah, wow, this book I can relate to it. And as we get more and more deep and clear, we get transcendental books. This Bhagavatam, like I read this morning, these verses are just like bouquets of nectar or flowers. Beautiful verses. Oh, thoughtful and expert. See, you come here, it will make you become thoughtful and expert. You'll start to become connoisseurs. We'll teach you how to relish fine wines. Because that's what we do here. We have our forte. You know, everybody goes to experts. I even go to experts. I go to experts in crypto. There's people who know the charts, man. If I want to learn something about crypto, I go to the guy who knows the charts. Go ahead, but
Raj, the noise is drowning out your voice.
oh really?
Yeah, get a bit loud.
It is loud. Yeah. So let's see, what can I do? I could move something. You know what? I'll move upstairs. I think it's quieter up there. So hang on, man. Boy, I love this, man. I got to do more of these classes. This is just unbelievable. I can feel Prabhupada's happy. Yeah, man, come on. Somebody speak my books, man. You know? Get on with the program. I wrote these books for you, you know? Everybody else is trying to use my books to make money, you know? You got to use these books so you can party and drink. Right there, River? Isn't that about? See, party and drink. See? Party. What kind of party? This party, man. What kind of drink? Oh, the intoxication you get talking about Krishna and chanting his name. That kind of party. Don't misunderstand the party. Actually, everybody hang on. I gotta use the bathroom. This way I don't have to be interrupted. Hang on, don't go anywhere. The party's just getting rolling here. We're just getting started. Playa del Carmen, party and drink. That's what we do. She's from where's that place that I was? Let me ask you. What's that place? Where do you live? Robin Hood's place.
Nottingham.
Nottingham. Yeah.
Nottingham. We say Nottingham. We say Nottingham. You say Nottingham. Hare Krishna. Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Krishna Robin Hood country. We're right in the center of the Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna, Krishna. Rama. Hare Krishna. Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram. Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama. I think Karuna's upset with me for sending the crow away. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Raf. Absolutely Freddie. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Krishna Krishna, you're back. Yeah.
All right. Can you still hear me? All right. So, yeah. Christina. Hey, Christina. Hey, Amazon lady.
Hare Krishna.
Free spirit, man. How's
Yeah.
the beautiful free spirit who loves Krishna?
Yeah. I'm writing though.
That's okay. No problem. All right. I'll get back to the story here. Yes. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So, yeah. So once in a holy place in the forest of Naimisharanya, great sages headed by Sanaka assembled to perform a great 1,000-year sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Lord and his devotees. I just can't, I cannot speak about this enough. This is really the essence. This is what we get in the Bhagavatam. This is Bhagavat. This is the ultimate truth. This is the kind of truth that Jesus was talking about. This is what Jesus said explained. The truth will set you free. Well, what does that mean? Nobody knows. The Bhagavatam will set you free. Oh, Christina, mute your mic if you can, because I hear a ticking there.
Yes.
See, the truth will set you free. So this sacrifice pleases the Lord in the heart. And most people don't know what that means. Actually, again, a story. Let's make a bridge to understand the Lord in the heart. This is the most difficult thing and the most easy thing to begin to understand. Okay? The only way you really can understand it is if you experience it or you meet somebody who experiences it. It's the only way to really understand how to please the Lord in the heart. So one person there was a billionaire in Nigeria. I read this story, and this person said, "I tried to be happy making money. I tried to be happy and doing it, managing something, and becoming a great wealthy this and that. He tried all these different ways. It was a woman, actually, a billionaire woman. You don't hear much about them. Usually it's always a man, right? And it always men thing, men, billionaires. How many women billionaires you ever hear about? You know? So anyway, this is a woman. And she said, when I finally felt some happiness is when I gave charity. I gave a bunch of wheelchairs to these people. See, and I started to feel real happiness. See? So she found a higher pleasure in doing charity. See? There's some pleasure in that in the heart, a lot. To do things, to act for the welfare of others. It gets you out of a selfish mentality. See? When the self, the false ego, so you do things outside of yourself, it helps you feel more happy, especially when you help others. See, so she helped these people with their body, little children, were very happy and made her feel good. See? Now, the ultimate happiness is what we're doing here. See? This gives the ultimate happiness to God. You know why? I'll tell you why. It's this Lord that I worship is very reasonable, very logical, very intelligent, and He wants to give us this intelligence. If you wonder, like, well, if you just do what you do, who's going to give the wheelchairs to the people? Well, anyway, the Lord has His servants. They're all working on different levels. But this is an amazing level of pleasing God, pleasing your own heart. See, your own heart is actually the Lord's heart. Everything belongs to Him. Okay? Even our hearts. And when you realize that, you willingly say, Lord, my heart is yours. Oh, that's true love, isn't it? People, we used to give our hearts over to men and women in the world, but they don't treat our hearts very well. Why? Because they're conditioned. They're in Maya. They can't help it. They got an edge to them. So anyway, the ultimate pleasure, what the sages do. See, they perform this sacrifice. And the reason why God is more happy with this than anything else, ultimately, the reason is because we get knowledge and we get understanding of how we got in this predicament and how to get ourselves out of it, how to become back into the spirit relationship, back with spirit, back identifying with spirit. That's who we are. Otherwise, I can save whales. Okay, the Lord has plenty of people in Greenpeace, right? They're saving whales, they're saving trees, they're saving the environment. We got Sadhguru who's saving soil. I mean, Sat means eternal guru. I mean, you got to be usually more than saving the soil to do that. I think maybe you should join Greenpeace. If you're going to save soil, why not join the people who do that stuff? But anyway, to save souls, that's Sadhguru. See, that's why I love pure statements. I love the pure statements of the Bhagavat, of the disciplic line. If you understand the pure statements of the disciplic line, you understand what real purity is. You understand what are pure intention, what is pure knowledge, what is pure happiness. Nobody understands these things, Christina. Isn't it a shame? Nobody understands. This is, and the Lord wants people to understand this. Why? So we can become part of the Salvation Army. Are you in on that, Christina? You want to be part of the Salvation Army?
For sure, I'm part of that army.
Not only do we save whales, but we save souls. We awaken the souls. I mean, that's our job. Everybody's got a job, man. This is kind of a job. I like this job. It's a lot easier than saving trees, Hard work saving whales. You got to get on a boat, fight the seas, and save these big bodies, man. A whale is a big thing, man. Soul is so. I like the ease of this job. There, don't you? Isn't this a nice job? We save souls. And it's so small. Oh, it's just the size of an atom, and you can save zillions of them, man, if they listen. That's why we got 8 people here, man. And we're busily doing our job, saving souls, saving the little atoms. We can get millions. That's why it says one devotee can save a whole universe, because you can put a whole universe of these little atoms into one little thing. This is the whole universe of souls, basically, like this. In this space, can you imagine? Yeah. Now, what is this to the Lord? He says, all I need is one devotee, and he'll gather all the little atoms in the universe in this size here, Easy job. I like it. Cost effective. Thrifty. My Lord's very thrifty. It's like Janaki buying in the thrift stores. She gets all the best deals, man. Things you pay a fortune for new, she gets for like 50 cents. It's hard work saving whales. You got to get on a boat. Yeah, huge bodies, man, to save, man. I like souls. It's more manageable. Give me a couple of atoms here. Give me 1 million atoms. I put them in one space. In one whale, you can get billions of souls, man. This is God's work, man. This way you want to think big. You want to do big stuff, man. You come here, man. We'll teach you we have to do big projects here, huge projects, and they're easy. We just come here, we do this 1,000-year sacrifice. We teach people how to think like sages. They have the highest thoughts. What did Prabhupada teach? High thinking and simple living, right? No, this is simple living and high thinking. Man, you can't think any higher than this, man. We go right. Bhagavatam is the highest thinking you can get. Not only that, you think it's just all about high thinking, high feeling. Ask Christina. She loves that. You can't get any higher. Wake up and chant Hare Krishna and get really high on ecstasy. Isn't that the best part? Knowledge is good, but ecstasy is better, man. And the only Radharani is thinking the only purpose of knowledge is so I can become more ecstatic. So let's see what Prabhupada has to say about this verse. Here. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. So is your guru a divine grace? If not, keep on searching. You didn't find the real guru, man. They got to be His divine grace, right? I don't have any problem calling Prabhupada His divine grace, do you? How come nobody is calling their guru's divine grace? They wouldn't dare, because they know, unless they're just audacious, man. So the bottom line is, if you're going to call a guru divine grace, question 1, do you see divine grace flowing through them? Question 2, do you know what divine grace is? And both those questions, that what I find most gurus cannot answer or teach their disciples to understand. They can't teach their disciples what is divine grace and the nature of that flowing through a guru, because they don't see that example. They don't see a guru where they can see, wow, this is exceptional knowledge. This is exceptional happiness beyond what I see in this world. You can't see that. So nobody knows. Therefore, hey, look, we got checklists. We have a new standard because you're so foolish. You don't know the standard. We don't know it either, but we want to appear that we know it because, hey, man, we're motivated religionists. We're motivated gurus, man. We want your worship. You're batteries for us. You're in the religious matrix. Oh, welcome to reality. You didn't know there was a religious matrix, did you? That's all your disciples are just like batteries for you. You draw energy, money, and all that stuff from them. See? But they can't get any real energy from you because you don't got any. You got modes of nature. You're a little bit craftier. You know what's the world is? This is why this goes all the way into religion, and ultimately you must abandon religion. You must. Because just like politicians, they use you as batteries, man. So these guys they just like parasites. They take your money and they can't fulfill their promises. They don't care about you. They're just jerking you around. Well, you got that in religion. You got all these sannyasis and all of this. They can't give you anything, really. What? They can give you rules and austerities? Yeah, it's something, but not much. Hard work. This is Kali Yuga. Nobody can really do anything like that. So this is what we got, a world of hypocrisy. Isn't this Kali Yuga there, River? Isn't this called Kali Yuga, a world of hypocrisy? You know what this hypocrisy is? It's simple. You say stuff, you give promises, and you can't fulfill them. All the way up into religion, all the way up into Vaishnavism. The most honest person was Narayan Maharaj. You know what? I'll tell you what his honesty was. He told you, oh, by the way, it's going to take you many lifetimes if you listen to me to get prema bhakti, because I can't give it to you. I don't even really know what it is, actually. He never showed me what he was actually. Are you seeing something that appears to be prema bhakti here in this sangha? You read about it, right? You see it transmitted and communicated to others. It's not like Gohari's some crazy person. This craziness is going to you, and you're stepping up and saying, hey, we like this craziness. This is the best experience of our lives. So what is that saying? Must be sanity here. You were all nice, sane devotees before, following the rules of life and the rules of religion and following these gurus, some of you. But now you're saying, I'm experiencing a higher reality, and it is very good. Okay? That's how you know. Experience. And the person is not just a worldly politician or a religious politician. Oh, yes, you come here and I'll bring you back to the Godhead. But you don't get to Godhead. See? Godhead is an experience here. And now, are you coming here? Are you getting some experience? Are you learning something? Are you discovering something more about yourself, about who and what God is, and who and what the world is, who and what politicians are, and who and what religion is? Man, that's quite an experience, huh? That's quite knowledgeable. You're getting some real knowledge. Hey, man, that's just Bhagavatam. It's telling all these things, and I just get to tell stories of Bhagavatam. I just love this job, man. It's just a great job. I just tell Bhagavatam stories. I'm a storyteller. New hat today. Storyteller. The world is limited, and Krishna is infinite. Yeah, the world is limited, but you can spend many, many lifetimes trying to explore its limitations because it seems unlimited here. You have unlimited paths, unlimited illusions, all saying this is real, shimmering mirages all over the place. You could spend a whole lifetime and many lifetimes. See, and the Lord is unlimited, right? But can you explore that unlimitedness now? That's the question. Most people can't because you have to get the spiritual potency to do that. You have to employ the spiritual potency to explore this unlimited Lord. Otherwise, you don't know who that is. You cannot fathom that realm. It's beyond all the modes of nature. It's beyond speculation. It's beyond the false ego. It's beyond even liberation. That dazzling light becoming. You ever hear people speaking about the dazzle? Oh, it's all about oneness. See, that's what they preach. Here, listen to me. It's about oneness with God and becoming God or whatever they're speculating on. What are we dazzling you with? Oh, it's all about loving God. Oh, it's about tasting His truths and His glories. See? What's a more clear experience? What's a more deep experience? Just ask these questions. You come here, we'll give you the ability to ask really appropriate, clear, deep, logical questions. And you'll get answers to these questions. The amazing grace experience. Oh, out of the mouths of babes. It's amazing. Where'd she come from? How many rules did she follow to get here there, River? What guru did she follow to get here, man? Did she follow Narayam Raj or Radhanath or anybody? To understand these conceptions that none of them seem to care about. Narayam Raj, I'm just going to be frank and honest with you guys because I feel I'm with friends. Narayam Raj, this was kind of, he told me my question was wrong. And I actually asked a question. I thought it was good. He said, that question is wrong. It shouldn't even be asked. Have you ever heard a question that was wrong? But my question was wrong. Now, why am I saying this? Yeah, go ahead. Because people have great faith in that path, even though they were told bluntly that it'll take many lifetimes. So I have to dismantle that illusion. I have to dismantle it. I have to get people thinking straight. I have to get the Narayam Raj group thinking straight. Okay, your Guru Dev said many lifetimes before you can get prema. My disciples are getting prema in this lifetime, and I prove it every day. They prove it every day by their example. You can check it in the books that you've been studying for 20 years under Narayam Raj that obviously you don't understand because you look at the book and you look at these living examples of prema bhakti and you can't understand it. So you need this kind of shiksha, I would say. So why continue barking down a path that takes you many lifetimes when you can get it accomplished in one? It's not even logical to do that. Now, do you think Narayam Raj being passed away and back where the pearly gates are, do you think he's against my preaching that's going to save his disciples many, many lifetimes? You think if he was really as good as you all say, you think he would have a hard time with cutting down the many lifetime trip for you out there in that group down to less than a week sometimes? For many of you, it should be less than a week. Say it was 8 months. like some here, 8 months, to get prema bhakti symptoms that you read in a book. That's also in the sadhus here, real sadhus. But that's not even in one of your group, not even one. I can't get one of the Narayan Raj group to come here and appear here, and I'll loudly put the peeps on. You come out here and prove this Gaur Hari Das is an idiot and is completely wrong. And I will eat crow, no problem. I will say, I was wrong. I'm very sorry. Let me kiss your feet. No problem. But can't get one out of that group. What do you guys got to fear if you're so much in truth and I'm so much an offender of pure devotees? I say Narayan Raj is very happy if he's as honest as you say he is. He's very happy with this preaching to help his devotees get liberated in less than many lifetimes. Now, wouldn't a good person like that? Maybe he was wrong about Gaur Hari Das having a wrong question. How could I have so many right answers about stuff that causes prema to awaken in people if my questions were so wrong? You know what I mean? I tell you, many illusions in here, in this world. Many illusions. Amy, follow most important. Listen to you. Yeah, and that's how you get it, man. If you're listening to somebody like a Bhaktisiddhanta, not a usurper. You remember this morning about usurpers? Oh, I'm Bhaktisiddhanta incarnate. Oh, I'm Prabhupada incarnate. Oh, I'm Jesus come again. No, like him. See? And because when you say something and somebody listens like Amy, they become intelligent. That's what, that was AC. This was AC Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada's method of becoming intelligent. Bhaktisiddhanta said, "Oh, all his other disciples were maybe a little sleepy, listening to Bhaktisiddhanta speak in great ecstasy, But Prabhupada was listening like this, amazed, kind of like River. See River? You wonder why she's ecstatic. Watch how she listens. Janaki. Oh, look at how Lalita Ganga and Johan listen. And you wonder why they have ecstasy. That's what's Prabhupada. He listened to Bhaktisiddhanta like that. And you know what Bhaktisiddhanta? Bhaktisiddhanta didn't say this about any of his other disciples. You show me where he said that about any of the disciples. Nowhere, except Prabhupada. He said, oh, this person is going to speak really well because he listens very well. Okay? That's what the Bhagavatam, Bhaktisiddhanta was just commenting on the Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam says, if one just attentively, I read this morning, you can all look it up. If one just attentively and submissively hears the message of the Bhagavatam, what is the message? Is it speculation? Is it some checklist created by the GBC gurus? Is it that message? No, the message of the Bhagavatam. The real message, not the speculations, not usurping that, let us use Bhagavatam so we can use our disciples as batteries and take their energy and their money and live really nicely. But we can't give them anything back. We can't liberate them. At least if you're going to give the guru some money, you should get something back, right? It should be an exchange. What do you think? You think, oh, pure, you think it's like Radhanath teaches, become a selfless servant? That's baloney. That's Mayavadi. Mayavadi. Selfless servant? No, doesn't work like that. There's no selflessness. Well, there is an illusion and speculation in the Brahman. This is speculating. No, that's not how Krishna works. It's called reciprocation here. Don't you know those pastimes of Krishna? You know that lady that got the fruits, 10th canto? And Krishna says, oh, I want some fruits. And she said, oh, will you give some grains? And she came and gave some grains. And most of them fell out of her hand, out of Krishna's hands. She gave the fruits anyway. What happened? Oh, she got the jewels. Her basket were filled with jewels. But what is the real jewel? Because I heard the story that she took those basket of jewels and threw them in in the river, in the Yamuna. She says, oh, I got the real jewel, is love for Krishna. The real jewel. I got the real jewel. All I need is one jewel. I don't need a whole basket of glass. Everything in this world is covered glass, is imitation of the truth. But I got the real jewel. This is love for Krishna. Yeah, I got Radha's love, man. I got the piece of that. Now that's real wealth, a piece of the wealth, a piece of the pie. You know, you got an apple pie, a whole pie, right? That's Radharani, man. All you need is a taste of that same pie that she eats from. She is, right? And you taste the same apples, right? The same sweetness, right? That's all. That's all we can take anyway. You know, Radha can take the whole pie. She is the whole pie. But her girlfriends, they're the slice of that pie. All you need is a little portion of that pie, and you can taste its sweetness. There you go. You need to meet a devotee like that. Love of Krishna, love of God, prema bhakti, what has been promised for many lifetimes by some of these gurus. Hey, you can get now because new hat, the checkerboard. You know the checkerboard hat means you work for the corporation, the police force. So the new police force now is Lord Caitanya's army. We're all deputizing you. I'm deputizing you, River. You got your badge. You're deputized now. Now we're going out and distributing and announcing the new law of freedom. The new law of undeserved mercy of Lord Caitanya, love of Krishna, the greatest jewel. Make everybody happy. Whether you're a demon or a demigod. If you listen like Amy, you'll get this jewel. You listen, look at River, look how ecstatic she's becoming. Where do you see people smiling like this? Where do you see people listening? See, that is an example. That's a Maharaj. That's a person, not Maharaj Parikshit incarnate. She doesn't need to impress you by pretending she's a devotee and then getting your foolish attention. She show you the real thing. You got to be like Maharaj Parikshit. I guarantee you is like that, listening like that. She's not putting on a show. She likes to listen like that. All advanced devotees do that. Why wouldn't they? They get ecstatic. I have to be like that. I cannot. When I'm listening to the mantra or listening to these talks, I'm also listening attentively. Otherwise, it will be dry. That's why anybody here doing like that, if you're out listening here and you're thinking about this and that and all that, well, you're just kind of you're not a maximalist yet. See, a maximalist is like River, like Lalita Ganga, like Johan, like Janaki, like Christina. They listen. Then you get maximum impact, maximum ecstasy, maximum understanding, maximum. Everything is, you become a maximalist. It's like a Bitcoin people. This is a message for you. We'll make you devotees too. You're Bitcoin maximalists. You're totally into it. You're not into anything else. Well, you do that with Krishna. Not only will you get everything, you'll get your Bitcoin and everything else. Okay? But you've got the kingdom of God, which is simply the Lord, man. It's simply a relationship with God, man. You sought the kingdom of God. You're an example of the verse of Jesus. You sought the kingdom of God, and you've got it. You experience it. You relish it, and all else is added. That's all God wants. He's happy. Oh, you've done this. You found my real devotee. They led you into the kingdom. You found spiritual big brother. Taught you how to sidestep the government big brother. How to stop believing in government. You don't need that anymore. You come here. You don't need the government to wipe your buttocks anymore. You don't need these gurus to wipe your buttocks and tell you what to do and how to do it and when to do it. They all don't know very well. They don't know the essence. And you come here, we're just going to give you the essence of life, man, the essence of truth, the essence of happiness. Why would you be satisfied with non-essence? That's all the world can give you is non-essentials still. And they say it's essential. Oh yeah, we'll give you all these rules and regulations. This is the essentials, but they're not really essential. When you come here, we'll teach you the essentials. See, essentials of get maximum happiness, maximum knowledge, maximum freedom. Now, is that a bad thing? What do you want maximized? Uh-oh, she got Bitcoin. Uh-oh, that means I have to send you $5. You give me your address. Send me your address. And don't tell me, I don't know how to send an address. Well, then you still don't know. You got to get Bitcoin, and you got to learn how to send it. And receive it, too, And be very careful. They just, don't follow my lead, man. I already learned some lessons, man, the hard way. So, yeah, where were we, man? I got lost. Okay. The prelude of Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken in the previous 3 slokas. Now the main topic of this great literature is presented, Srimad Bhagavatam. After its first recitation by Shukadeva Goswami, was repeated for the second time at Naimisharanya. Isn't that amazing? The first preaching was to Maharaj Parikshit. The second was Sutta Goswami reciting it. He heard it. See, he heard it from Shukadev. He was one of the sages there, like Maharaj Parikshit. He heard it and imbibed the essence of it and lived his life and learned so much about the life lessons, assimilated it, and then he spoke it to the sages. See? The sages thought, man, we're going to maximize our time here. I'm telling you, you come here for 30 days, you're going to learn something you can't learn in 30 lifetimes. You cannot learn this in religion. You cannot learn this in any of those groups. You cannot. Proof is, You got prema awakening here. This means the Lord is very pleased. You're hearing from a person that got the personal order of Prabhupada to do this. The personal, it's not just it. I got, what do you call, the permission to do this. It takes permission, to go to Vrindavan. You need permission to go there. You cannot. You can be in Vaikuntha. You still have to ask. I'm not just saying this from my speculation. I'm telling you from Sanatan Goswami's books. You need permission, even as a liberated soul, to go to Vrindavan. Krishna had to give his permission to Akura and to Uddhava to go to Vrindavan. I'll explain those two things in another topic, because we got some time. We got at least 20 more years to do this, hopefully. Let's see. At least 10 more years, I hope. 5 minimum. You have to have permission to go there. See? I had to have permission to preach what I'm preaching here. Otherwise, the Lord would have taken me out. Prabhupada didn't have permission. Bhakti Siddhanta didn't have permission. Bhakti Vinod, they know it. They would have spoke this. But you know what? They had permission to write these books, didn't they? They had the order to write these books. Just like the Goswamis. This is why, Narayan Raj and that group, they said, oh, well, look at Rupa. They didn't show anything. They didn't do, but they wrote it all in their books, all that ecstasy. But who did show? Oh, the preachers. They gave those books, those jeweled books, into the hands of Nartam, Shravananda, and Srinivas. And they said, go preach this now. See? We told you, this is the same thing with Jesus, man. What I told you, what they told you in secret, in those little things, now you go shout it from the rooftops in Bengal. You go and teach the world. You teach the populace like Lord Caitanya did. And they did. They rolled into a town crying and laughing and speaking confidential things like this, and liberating so many people who would listen to them. Pissing off the Brahmins. They were destroying the Brahminical, the Brahminical monopoly. There's a Brahminical religious monopoly. They destroyed it. We destroyed it too. You big sannyasis with the big sticks. You big Brahmins. Oh, you big gurus who are just glorified sannyasis and Brahmins. Oh, man, your stick ain't big enough than this truth. Truth is a bigger stick. You guys got to have an artificial stick to so. You see my authority? See my authority? Hey, man, you come here for a few weeks, man. I'll show you my stick. I got a stick, man. My stick is called the truth. The truth. The end of illusion, man. This stick. Come here. We'll smack that stick. We'll parade that stick around. Now we do this as a parade, man. They parade their sticks around. I seen them, on the stages. They go around with the stick is leading, man. Well, my stick is leading too. It's called the truth, man. Yeah, I'm parading around all the time, man. You don't see it, do you? But you hear it. That's a stick you're hearing, man. It's knocking the shit out of illusion. It's smacking the illusion around, man. You just see, I don't even need to carry this heavy thing, man. Yeah, my stick is very light. It's like a feather. But man, don't watch out. If you're an illusion, you get smacked with it, man. Yeah, that's right. You tell them there, Govinda. You ain't got enough jokes to get into Vrindavan, man. I got enough jokes. I'm joking all the time, man. If you think I'm serious, it's probably some illusion. So it became more relishable. See, even the sages say, "Oh man, we're going to spend." You were there, you listened. That's why, you need to meet an empowered devotee, and it's so rare that they're usually sent. And then they got to get the order to preach this stuff. You know, otherwise, because it's so confidential and so deep. That's why you see how this is a perfect arrangement. You could see how I'll just teach you the logic of God. The Lord shows me this. He said, "You see, Gohari, why we're doing this now." The Goswamis 550 years ago wrote these books. Then he sent the generals, right? He sent Bhakti Vinod, who wrote a bunch of books. He had Bhakti Siddhanta, who preached a lot of rules, regulations, and stuff. And then Prabhupada writing more for us, Westerners, translating stuff into English and other languages too. So everybody is working. But where is it all going? Here. Here we're taking those confidential truths in the books and explaining the details. See, Krishna lives in these details. Radha lives in these details right here. This is the details of how to enter quickly in the kingdom, not just a general synopsis where you don't really understand. Well, I still don't understand, where is the path? Well, hey, come here, man. We'll get to give you the details, man, of that. Okay, yeah, Guru Tattva, man. We'll teach you the details of that. It's not in the checklist. It's in Prabhupada's books. Let me pull that out. Let me go to the library here. Let me pull out those details. Let me show you. So logically and intelligently, you will follow this with trust and see, because, that's if you spent 20 years with Prabhupada and you trust his books, even though you don't understand them that well. You come here, we'll show you in his books where what we're doing is genuine. Oh, you really want Vrindavan? You can't go to Vrindavan. You can't go to those devotees who say they can bring you to Vrindavan and that they're worshipable deities and all that stuff. Because the real guru is, I'm sorry, they cannot bring you there unless they are the real deal. The real guru brings you there. See, these are the details. Who is the real guru? Oh, they're the ones who have ecstatic experience. They show you that they are a realized devotee. They teach you the details of how to quickly attain the kingdom of God. Oh, and how to stay in the kingdom of God and not slipping out, as some do. So anyway, we spoke a lot now. I think I'll take a break. It's amazing. We get so many people coming now. 17 people. This is very good. It's very encouraging. I'll rest my voice a little. I need just to rest the voice a little bit. And you guys probably need to rest your ears a little bit. You got an earful today. Hey, well, thank you for coming. You're great sports, man. This is like a sport for us every day. We're sportsmen. We're hunting down Maya, taking her down, everything. Very sportingly, in a sporting way. Nothing serious. We're going, it's like sport. I like this sport. Let's take down Maya as a sport. Not as like, you know, this is serious business. And no, Vrindavan way, Vrindavan style. Krishna was sport for him to take down the little demons, man. Yeah, yeah, to teach the demigods a bit of a lesson. No problem. All right, thank you all. You good sports, you. See you in a little bit.